We wanted to ask you about Axl Rose. Recently, he declined induction into the Hall of Fame because he still has that ongoing conflict with his band.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? And you as a band, the Fray as a band, how do you deal with internal conflicts to prevent reaching that point?
Well, I don't know, Axl. I assume he's not an idiot. He probably has some reason. I would assume if his band is anything like mine, if you don't deal with stuff within a month of when it happened, it just grows and festers into this big elephant in the room that at some point it's too big to deal with. And usually the band breaks up. If they are popular enough or successful enough, they get back together usually for the money and just put up with each other, or they stay together for the money and put up with each other. And I relate to that. It's a temptation. It's easier to just think about showing up to work, getting my paycheck, I gotta play music, and then I go home and I don't have to deal with these people who I know way too well, and they know me way too well. So on some level I get it. If you don't deal with that stuff, it deals with you.
Now, you mentioned growing up, or being born and growing up in Colorado, and I believe you said at one point you had a job working in the music, your first step into the music industry.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, we had this band, and I didn't know how to break in, so I decided to kind of put two fishing poles in. One was the Fray, and one was this TV show I started called Noise Floor, and I told everybody I was filming for a PBS documentary because I was gonna send it to PBS, and everybody bought it. So I would go in, probably 65, 70 interviews I did around town, just me and my camera, and I would ask whoever it was, a DJ or a promoter or a reporter or somebody, how to break into the music business. I would just ask. I was like going straight to the horse's mouth. It was amazing. I couldn't believe I got access to the top guys, the best promoters, the biggest radio stations, and it was awesome, man. So I at the end of the interview, they'd always say "Who are you?" Because this is you and your camera. And I'd say, "Oh, well, I'm in a band, And they're like, "Whoa, well, let me see your CD." I'm like, "Well, okay." And I hand it to them. I have it in my pocket, ready to go. And one of those interviews was with a reporter from the local culture magazine, and he came back to my studio and listened to one of the songs, and it turned out he had gone to my high school, a little teeny high school, 10 years earlier than me, and played him some songs, and he loved it.